We are joined by Johnny Gargano. Johnny, thank you so much for taking the time to hang with us. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Emily. Thanks for having me.
Right off the bat, I want to kick this chat off with the Panda Express. We got to talk about that.
Please, yes.
This tag team between you and KO, it's been like 10 years in the making. What was it to finally team up with Kevin Owens?
It was everything I expected it to be and much, much more. To go from these random vignettes on YouTube 8 years ago to making t-shirts for a tag team that never ended up actually happening. We always talked about what would happen if one day we ended up actually teaming together. And who would have guessed 8 years after the fact that we finally team on Monday Night Raw. It's super fun. And I think our dynamic, and it's just our dynamic kind of goes back and forth. And it is a very fun thing. And I think that there's so much more that we can explore with it. And it was a very cool thing to be able to do on Monday Night Raw.
And, we're talking about Monday Night Raw. Your return to Monday Night Raw in Toronto shocked a lot of people. I was lucky enough to be there and witness it firsthand. I don't think I've seen that many people shocked at a return in a very long time. Now that some time has passed, can you walk us through what that experience was like and what even happened leading up to it?
Yeah, so it's wild to think. You always see these moments and you're always like, I would love to be a part of that. And when you're in the middle of it, it doesn't feel like you're in the middle of it. But as you guys know, being in Toronto, so I was flown into Buffalo. And then we had a car service drive me across to the arena. And I had a hood on, I had black sweats on, I had a mask on, and they ushered me into the Toronto Raptors locker room. I was in the Toronto Raptors locker room for about 8 hours. And that's, wow. So like I'd say by myself, but like some people came here in and out here and there. There was only about 4 or 5 people in the building that knew I was there. It was very tight-lipped secret, especially in this current day and age where everything leaks. There's at least like talk, there would at least be a rumor that like maybe I'm in Canada, or maybe people saw me across the border, or maybe people like suspect that I might be in the building. There was literally nothing that day, completely nothing. And for 9 months, I feel like there was always rumors about me where I was going to show up here, I was going to show up there. And the one place that no one would suspect is Toronto. That I would come back. And that was a big reason why we did it, is because because Toronto being the first place in that building where I won my first title in WWE. So it holds a special place in my heart. And the Toronto crowds are always amazing. You guys are always wild. So to be able to do it in Toronto, to come back for no one to know, to get that cool reaction, it was a perfect storm of everything working out really, really well.
I can't believe it was so top notch. They flew you into Buffalo and you know what? They did a really good job because we were back there for quite some time doing interviews and we did not see you. I can guarantee you that.
Well, I know for a reason you did not see me because I did not leave that locker room for 8 to 10 hours. So I did not see anybody.
You were in that locker room. What'd you think of the Toronto Raptors locker room?
It was beautiful. It is a beautiful locker room. Like I said, people were like, you were stuck in a room for 8 to 10 hours. Like, look, I was stuck in a great place for 8 to 10 hours. There's like a lounge, there's couches, there's a kitchen, there's like the locker room's right there. There's a whole big bathroom with hot tubs and things like that. So I was good. I took a nap for like 2 hours, guys. So don't worry about me.
He was living his best life in the Raptors locker room. Yes. Love that. So now that you are here, what is on your bucket list of things to do?
So as I said when I came back, like I just had the opportunity to do things like win the United States title, the Intercontinental title, the WWE title, the Tag Team title, wrestle at WrestleMania. I haven't done those things yet. So that is something that I have in the back of my mind and something that I'm very, very excited to get the opportunity to do. So those are the big things on my bucket list. But also, just cementing my legacy, showing everyone around the world that I'm one of the best to do it. And I'm gonna show everyone that if there's doubters out there, if there's people that say like you can't do this, you can't do that, I'm gonna prove them wrong.
I did a poll on my Insta story and I asked people if they had questions for you. And one of the most common questions that came through was, are we gonna see you in the ring with or against Ciampa?
Oh wow, that's the one that everyone wants to know.
One.
I think no matter what happens for the rest of our careers, me and Tommaso will always be linked, whether it be friends or foe. We liken it in the same way to when you think about Shawn Michaels, you think about Triple H. When you think about Triple H, you think about Shawn Michaels. Those two will forever be paired. And I think that we created a lot of awesome memories in NXT, but there's a lot of stuff still left to conquer and still left to do now that we seem to both be on Monday Night Raw.
So we will see, is what you're saying.
I think there's a very good chance, maybe not in the near future, but at some point down the line, I'm sure me and Tommaso will cross paths again, whether friends or foe.
So we talked about your return, but another surprising return on Raw, Candice.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And I feel like it's been a very exciting year for you both. What was it like for you to watch her return?
It was awesome to be able to kind of sit back and be able to be on the other side of this thing now. I think same thing. Us Garganos just have something about just showing up randomly in Canada that no one knows we're there, and we just kind of show up after a commercial at some point. I think that's the new trademark Gargano return. So whenever you're in Canada, you never know when a Gargano might show up after a commercial break. So in 18 years, just think about this, in 18 years when Quill debuts, you know how it's going to happen. But yeah, like it was very cool now to be able to kind of sneak in and out of her room, because she also had a little side room. My room was much nicer. People made sure to tell her that as well. They said you didn't get the Toronto Raptors locker room, but you still got your own private room that you're snuck in. But to be able to sneak in and out of her room, see her excitement, see how happy she was, and it's really cool to see other people's reactions to seeing her. It's the same thing. No one knew she was there. So when people see whoa, Candice is here, and to see them walk by and see her, it was really cool. And I'm really excited to have her see this environment that WWE is in right now, because it's such an awesome place to be, such an awesome place to work right now. So I'm really excited for her.
A really good year for both of you.
Yeah.
So wrestling aside, we know you're a huge fan of comics, Marvel, comics in general.
Big nerd.
Big nerd.
Big
nerd. You obviously have many collectibles behind you.
Yes.
This might be a hard question for you, but if you have to save just one collectible, which one are you choosing?
Oh boy, that is a really tough question.
I'm so sorry to do this to you.
I am suspecting one day my child's gonna come in here and just destroy all this. So I one day that your scenario probably will happen one day, but with a tiny little crazed little human baby and not something horrible. If I had to pick just one, it's tough. I would probably say the Power Rangers Dragon Zord, because when I was younger, that was my favorite Christmas gift I ever got. My parents did a whole big thing where I opened up all my Christmas presents and it wasn't there, and I was devastated. And then they were look behind the tree, and it was behind the tree, and I was oh wow, it's behind the tree. So that holds a special place in my heart. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. But like I said, it's my children, so it's I can't pick just one.
That's a very difficult question, and I'm glad you were able to answer it. Power Rangers.
I tried.
You've worn many custom superhero-inspired gear in the ring over the years.
Yep.
Which one was your absolute favorite to wear?
That's another tough question. I'm really bad at narrowing things down. I have 3 that I kind of are my go-tos. Yeah, for different reasons. The Iron Man one from TakeOver New York, because I won the NXT Championship, and that was a big moment. The Spider-Man and Venom one from Brooklyn is one of my favorite, and they made a figure out of that, which is awesome. But I think my favorite, which is Toronto, is when I do the Wolverine gear. So the yellow and blue, which I also made a figure of, getting able to wear that in Toronto for famed Canadian superhero Logan is a cool thing. So I think that's my favorite look-wise. I always say that's the coolest I've ever looked. So
I think the Venom one, we were talking about this before the interview, we're the Venom one is so sick.
I'm very lucky that there's a lot of talented people around me that I'm can you do this? And can you make that happen? And they draw these things and they make these things happen. Adam Riches did that one. Then Main Event Gear made it come together. Because as an artist, garbage. If I drew my own gear, help us all what I'd be wearing. So I'm very lucky there's very talented people around me.
Okay, let's have some fun. Let's say you had to form an alliance
Okay.
for a 5-on-5 elimination match.
Oh,
Which
boy.
comic book or Comic-Con or just comic book characters are
Okay.
you choosing for your team?
Oh boy.
So
So 5.
It would be you and 4 other people.
And 4 others. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably go me. Spider-Man's my favorite, so I'll go Spider-Man. Me, Spider-Man. I'm trying not just to pick the Avengers, but I feel like I'm going to end up that way. Me, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. I guess like it would be but Hulk might be in there too. Like, oh, we'll go with those. Me, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, because we'll just that's the easy Avengers to kind of go with.
I don't know. I feel bad for the other team.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. I think we got strength, we got speed, we got power, we got intelligence. I think we got a wide array of different things.
You got everything.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, let's switch gears for a sec. With WrestleMania 39 going Hollywood, I'm going to ask you, if you had the opportunity to get any celebrity in the ring as an opponent, who are you picking?
Oh boy, any celebrity in the ring as an opponent.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's go with. So I already picked Spider-Man. So part of me is saying I should pick Tom Holland. Because it'd be like a favorable matchup. I don't want to pick like a huge guy. I want to pick maybe
Holland.
Tom Holland might be a decent shout. I'd say Tom Holland.
That's a good one.
Yeah, let's go with him.
What do you think of how do you feel about him as Spider-Man? Because I know a lot of people have a lot of.
I enjoy him as Spider-Man. When I was younger though, like Tobey Maguire is like my Spider-Man. So that was the guy that like I grew up with.
Yeah.
He was a Spider-Man when I was like a kid. So I'll always see him as Spider-Man. But I feel like Tom Holland's done an amazing job as well. So I don't have I thought, and like Spider-Man No Way Home I thought was amazing. So yeah. I think like they all have their own individual things that they're really, really great at.
He's done his due. I will say that.
I agree.
All right. Last but not least, Johnny, what would be your Mount Rushmore of best finishing moves of all time?
Oh boy. So that's 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously probably Stone Cold Stunner is probably on that list. Sweet Chin Music, obviously, on that list. Oh boy. Now we're gonna get in the nitty-gritty here. I might Tombstone Pile Driver.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. We're going with classics. All right.
All classics. I'm going straight classics.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going with last one. We'll go. I'm gonna say Pedigree. We'll go Pedigree.
Okay. There's a lot of
safe.
common ones. A lot of common ones that a lot of other superstars were saying in there. That's good.
Like I'm sure like the other ones could be Rock Bottom, People's Elbow, like all the like the big leg drop, like all the classics.
That amazing. Love it.
I always think like what moves did kids try to go for in like school? Like and when I was growing up, I would be like, oh, kick stunner or like Sweet Chin Music or Tombstone or Pedigree. Yeah, so I'll go with that.
Growing up, we all tried those. We all
100%.
Growing up watching.
100%.
So.
Yeah.
Johnny, listen, thank you so much for your time. I am inspired by your room. I clearly need to step my game up.
Next time we do an interview together, I expect to see it just all over. I want to see it explode all over the place.
I'm gonna have to fill this wall.
Fill that wall. Fill that. There's a curtain right there. Like window. But fill the window up. I gotta see. I want to see this panned back, and I want to see just the whole room.
Deal.
There's a legal binding agreement we just agreed to make. You have to do this next time now.
Deal.
Okay,
Johnny,
good. Air handshake.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Emily.